What is up, guys? My name's Simeon. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? All right, guys, there's a lot that we need to talk about today because, guys, there is speculations and kind of like a little frenzy in the Sims community right now, especially on Twitter. So if you're not over there, go head over there and I'll actually link my Twitter down below for you guys. Also, I want to talk about the live stream. We all know that Growing Together is coming out very, very soon and expected to come out next week, but a lot of people are speculating where are the EA game changers with early release access. Now, I'm going to get into that in just a little bit, but I do want to give a shout out to Simatically because he is going to be so helpful throughout this entire series of me explaining to you guys a couple of things that I want to get across. He is a great source of information, and I'll link actually everything down below of all his information for his Twitter. Now, let's get right into it. He did tweet saying on the 10th anniversary of the game, Ocean Quigley, creative director of SimCity 2013, talks about how EA pushed the game too early and forced the online mode to promote Origin, resulting in poor reception and the death of the series. Now, I do want to get into the bottom of it where it says the game shipped too early. I'll blame that on EA Corporate, he says. We had already gotten a lot of extensions. We had already begged and pleaded to have more time, and at some point, as a public company, they have certain obligations to their shareholders. One of them was the SimCity would be shipping that quarter. Now, if you're not familiar with SimCity, it's basically a city build, and it was actually firstly released February 2nd, 1989, with the follow-up with its latest release on December 16th, 2014. Now, as you guys can see, this is SimCity, and it was quickly shut down by its competitor from Paradox, which is City Skylines. Now, City Skylines is a huge city builder company within itself. I mean, the game has been very successful, and they actually released that they're going to be doing City Skylines 2. Now, as you guys can see, to me personally, it looks like a night and day difference, and it looks like Paradox actually took its time with the release of this project, especially with it being so successful. Now, there is more to this article, and I will actually link everything down below in the description box if you guys are actually very interested in reading it for yourselves. Now, of course, this is all due to the fact that Life by You, which is coming out by Paradox, is another simulation game, and a lot of people are speculating, quote unquote, its competitor for The Sims 4. They did say more release information would be coming out on March 20th, and we'll actually get more of a deep dive. A lot of people have things to say about the graphics, as well as just if this is really that much legit as The Sims 4 or not. But I want to get into the fact that Rob Humble, who was a producer on The Sims 4, also mentioned, stating that what's something you regret putting in that wasn't needed or the game would be more efficient without. Now, again, he was talking to Will Wright, who is the CEO and creator of The Sims, and he goes on to say, and he looked at me like bulldogs do with this sort of pity look, and he said, I wouldn't take anything out. I would add more. More is more. The idea of taking away gameplay didn't even occur to him. Now, this statement was actually pretty interesting, especially because of the big fallouts between a lot of the packs that EA has released very recently, such as My Wedding Stories, which is a complete disaster. Until this day, it is not fixed, it is still broken, and yes, I mean broken, even without our mods being in the game. And the infamous Dine Out, which, as you guys can see, is, yeah, this one was just a complete flop. Until this day, of course, that one is still broken as well. We were expecting a refresh, but never got it on that one, and there are countless other packs that they released knowing that there was bugs in it, as well as just not testing everything properly. Now, I will get into that conversation in just a little bit towards the end of this video, but I do want to just emphasize how many of these packs were actually working upon release. Now, go ahead and comment down below and let me know what packs did you never have a problem with. I'd be very curious and interested to know, and I'm guessing it has ones to do that with absolutely no gameplay. Now, of course, the biggest one was the spa refresh, and of course, the fact that they even had to have a refresh within itself says a lot about the company. I said what I said. I do not feel like there should have been a refresh for the game pack. I mean, obviously, I feel like, yes, we did deserve a game pack refresh, but I'm saying as far as, you know, having to redo the pack that they said that was coming out, it should have been already what it was. What the refresh was should have been what the pack was. Why does there even need to be a refresh? That lets you know already that The Sims 4 and their quality is just not, it's just not up to par. And again, we need to hold them accountable, and that's including Maxis, that's including EA, and that's including the Sim Gurus. I know a lot of you guys always get on me saying I'm being kind of a little bit mean towards the Sim Gurus, but I feel like everyone's to blame at this point because it's happened countless times again and again. And that leads me also to be worried about the fact that the baby update. I'm very nervous about the baby update coming out because, again, this is going to be one of the biggest updates that we've had in a very long time when it comes down to The Sims 4. And I just feel like not only are these going to come with bugs and issues, I feel like they're not going to get addressed until weeks and weeks later. Now, speaking of sim gurus, we're actually going to get into a couple of old tweets that I did want to bring up that is related to this video. And for those who don't know, Sim Guru Nick is a quality designer on the Sims 4 Live operations team, and where you tell him about any bugs and experiences. And of course, we're going to get into that a little bit later. But Sim Guru Grant also had tweeted, "We have a dedicated crew who meets every morning to discuss what's happening in the community, issues to investigate, saves to gather and research, and more. Here's a quick pic I snapped at the meeting yesterday. As we're talking a lot about bugs, I want to bring up a topic that's being spearheaded by Sim Guru Grant and Sim Guru K. We're trying to figure out how to be more transparent while staying within our restrictions on what we can and cannot say." He does go on to say, "Our basic high level idea is to share a prioritized list of issues we're trying to address in public spaces. The idea being you can see what we're working on and get an idea for the order we'll make the fixes. This and then opens the door for discussion. Our hope is to get a better discussion going recording, so we should fix in that order and why to expedite our efforts and improve your satisfaction as we continue to support the game. As I said, this is in progress and we don't have all of the details." Now, with that being said so far, go ahead and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on this. I actually must have missed this whole entire Sim Guru rant tweet, so let's go ahead and read more into it. He does go on to say, "We 100% believe you all with you mentioning a bug, but until we can reproduce it using a save or that information you provided, it's just an exclusive criminal we can't find. Our goal isn't to please everyone, that's impossible. Our goal is to be as frank, forward, and honest as we can be with every interaction." Now, of course, these are follow-ups from the Sims community who are also asking questions. He says, "Our basic process is community tells us the issue, we reproduce the bug locally, we research on how to fix it, we implement the fix, and we decide when to release it. Right now, we're at step 3, and I cannot confirm when it'll be fixed. Quick note, we're still investigating and fixing some of the issues reported after the launch of seasons and our latest update. Keep in mind, next week is a holiday in the United States, but we'll hit the ground running when we return. Stay tuned. We got you, fam." Now, this does go on to say Siguru Nick has also tweeted out a couple of tweets saying, "Hey, console simmers, we're aware of concerns regarding controls and build mode, and we are collecting feedback in the Answers HQ." Now, of course, this did not leave a lot of people happy. Until this day, people are still having issues with console, as well as just not liking the update in general. They completely changed it. For those who don't know, console's control is more so running like as if they were on a computer, and that's just not functional. And of course, they're always leaving people to say, "Go to Answers HQ and we'll try and help you there." Now, with all that being said so far, I'm really curious as to hear your opinions on everything. And of course, we are going to get into the very next topic. Now, again, thank you Somatically for these tweets. And he did go on to say, in case you missed it, early access video for Growing Together will be released on March 13th. Now, with this being said, a lot of people had speculations, including me, and I also tweeted, I would have thought EA Game Changers would have came out early with released gameplay by now. I want to see everything. And of course, people did have their opinions and comments on this, and someone by the name of BDTMWFI said, "See, that's what I've been thinking. Also, I feel like they should be gameplay early access in the infants too, so that we can see all the gameplay elements before it releases." Someone also mentioned by the name of MONKIIIWIII said, "I've heard they're getting it a day prior to release, which seems a bit wild," and I do agree, but I'm going to get into that in opinions in just a little bit. Someone else tweeted by the name of ELEPHANF 5363416 said, "Exactly, like the 13 is so far, because we are all getting the infant update the next day, and recording, editing, etc. takes time, so we probably are going to be seeing everything on the 15th. Someone else by the name of FEJ Sims says, "It's a good thing they don't allow early access videos 1 month before the release anymore. It was crazy. I'm not going to watch them though, and I want to discover the pack for myself." And how are you guys feeling about this? Are you guys excited that the release is going to be so much later, or are you guys waiting in general? Now, I did go onto the Sims forum, and a lot of people say that they might be after the patch on the 14th, and I can actually see why that might be a theory, especially because the big update is going to be huge, and maybe the Sims doesn't even know if it's going to be functioning, meaning that they had it out too early. Now, with the Sims actually tweeting saying, "A toddler slide, swing set, and companion carrier, yibs please, grab the Sims 4 Growing Together expansion pack before April 27 to unlock the outdoor playtime digital content," and the Sims 4 has been very adamant about pre-ordering the pack. Now, a lot of people are speculating, why should we pre-order a pack that, one, yes, there's information out on it, but two, a lot of people want to see gameplay. Now, it's really easy to, just have this pack in base game and being like, yeah, it works fine, it's compatible. What's the problem? There's no bugs and issues. I don't, like, what do you mean? Now, let's be real. We know the Sims 4 history, and we know what they bring to the table, and I'm sorry, it just doesn't eat every time. So, a lot of people are speculating that the pack may have bugs and issues, and with EA's history of releasing packs early, this is kind of scary. I also want to get into a couple of tweets just before we wrap this up, and this is actually by the Henford Hen when she tweeted, "It has been confirmed that Sim grew Nova, that new packs are actually tested with all Sims 4 packs." In case anyone still doubted, that was still the case. Now, a Simber by the name of Plum Bob Remu said, Nova, have you already tested the new EP with all packages? And Simgrew Nova said quite a bit as usual, but Simgrew Ninja was actually quick to respond, saying, we test in a variety of configurations, all packs plus gameplay plus new stuff, base game plus new stuff, Mac and PC, Xbox and PlayStation. It's a lot. We try hard thoroughly across the variables. And he also said, also, despite recent credit misconceptions, the testing team is as large as ever, and someone by New Article always said, and yet so much is broken. And he does continue to say, we'll keep adding, we'll keep fixing, always more to do, and we'll love y'all in this game. So we'll keep at it. Now, again, with him saying this testing team is as large as ever, that kind of, rubbed the Sims community in the wrong way, especially because after high school years, we saw like the credits just wasn't there, and you can see a night and day difference between city living, high school years, and just other expansion packs and game packs, and even stuff packs across the board. And literally the list is there. You can go on the EA website yourself and see the list of credits itself. Now, with all that being said, I'm very curious to hear your opinions on the whole thing about the latest release, the updates, and about even SimCity being so, ahead of its time and releasing way before it was actually supposed to. Now, I also want to mention that I am doing a 2-pack expansion giveaway, and all you have to be doing is following my Twitter as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will be announcing these on March 13th. There will be 2 winners for the new Growing Together expansion pack, and again, you must be following my Twitter and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Giveaway winners will be announced on both platforms March 13th. Now, of course, with all that being said, I am always curious to hear your opinions on everything, and guys, I want to thank you guys so much for pouring so much love into my channel, and of course, I want to give back to the community that helped me build the community we have today. Now, again, I will see you guys all in the next video, which should be tomorrow, and I think it's going to be a gameplay video at that. But again, y'all, I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.